to shoot a video. That's what we're going to do, Ray. So here's the intro, Ray. I have no idea what kind of video this is going to be. It's not a tech tips, I don't think. No. It may be a game room feature. I'm pretty sure it's going to be.
And a pin feature.
It may be a pin feature. Not sure about that. Well, keep your eyes on the road, but tell everybody where we're going.
We're going to Rutledge.
What's in Rutledge?
Todaro.
Nikki.
Yes.
Okay, Nikki's throwing a party today, and we're invited. I think we may even be the guests of honor.
I think he has 15 pins, maybe 10 or 15. Yeah, and he's a collector of sorts, a locksmith by trade. Lives near Springfield. Rutledge is near Springfield, Delaware County.
Well, today he's collecting the Arabian Nights pin. We're taking that over, setting it up. He's having a party. Something about a tournament. He wants us to throw money in a till for a tournament. I think I'm in on that, Ray, because I'm going to take it. Those guys.
He's a good player, man.
Those guys. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah, but he's a pretty good player.
I got something for those guys. I'll beat him on his home floor.
He had a Tales of the Arabian Nights. He sold it years ago, and he was really sorry he did. That's why he's replacing it.
Well, he got a nice one. This one we're taking him. It's not upper end piece, but it's an A- anyway. It's pretty nice. And of course we fixed it right. That's always a plus. So how far is this we're going today, Ray? It's not that far.
It is probably about 30 miles, maybe 32. It's about 40 minutes away.
Okay.
Delaware County.
That's not so bad. How do you know Nick?
Met him through Bill Goldberg, East Coast Vending. He's in Norton. He's a route operator.
Okay. Well, I met Nick. Nice guy.
He's a great resource for locks and keys. Used him a lot over the years to do that.
Can he make you a 1382 key?
He can make a key for any place. He's into electronic locks now. That's what upper end is. But he'll do safes, you know, anything. He's a locksmith. He's been in that trade for a lot of years. He has a store in Philadelphia downtown. Never been to a store, but it's down in Philly somewhere.
Okay, well, I don't know. I printed out some crap from our most recent tech tip video responses and all that stuff. So I guess I'll just read some of this stuff while we're heading down the highway, fill up some time.
Yeah, we're going to go down 202 to Route 1, Baltimore Pike.
Here's one from Natural Progression. He says, I've actually played linked fast breaks.
Neat.
It's pretty interesting, although it doesn't really feel like a typical game of pinball. I mean, I'm sure it doesn't. But it's an interesting change. The coolest part of it to me is that it syncs up the sound as well as the lighting and track mode. Pretty cool looking. Playfield swap would be great, considering I'm about to tackle my first swap on your favorite game, Hook.
Oh, good luck. Very hard to do.
All right, that brings me to something else. I have a response to that, and the response is blark.
Blark.
Do you know what blark means, Ray?
No.
Me neither. You know, we were kidding earlier about you being as old as this car.
I'm not. I don't know.
This car we're about to pass, you're about as old as that.
I don't know what that is.
We were making, I look like I don't know what it was either. We're making fun of you know, how you're ancient and all that other stuff, and then it kind of turned from there to being on me being ancient as well. I got to tell you, I got a text from Melanie this morning, and if you've been following the saga that is the relationship between Melanie and me, it's wow. There's a thick wall between her and me, Ray, and what it is she's 24 and I'm 42, and wow, we really have difficulties communicating.
Yeah, well,
she doesn't know what I'm talking about, and I don't know what she's talking about some of the time anyway. So I got a text from her this morning. I'd sent her a, I guess it was a YouTube link to the cast from Doctor Who was at some pinball parlor playing a Doctor Who pin. And she really likes Doctor Who for some reason. I don't get it, but
I don't either, because that's old. Man.
Well, apparently it's a new show. They're remaking it. There's a new series of Doctor Who.
The core of it was based from the 60s.
Yeah, well, she apparently likes the old, but prefers the new Doctor Who's.
Okay.
And so I sent her a link to it, and she apparently enjoyed it, and it got down to something about I was going to invite the cast of Doctor Who to come to our next party event, and her response to that was Blark, to which I had no idea what that meant.
What does it mean?
Well, you know, so I Googled it. I didn't Google Plus it, I Googled it.
Okay.
And I came up with, well, the Urban Dictionary has several definitions for the term Blark. You ready for these, Ray? Definition 1, and let me know if you identify with any of this in any faction. The feeling you get which tells you that something you're spending way too much time on is very important. Yet moments after you complete it, you feel like you've wasted your time.
Okay.
Are you feeling that? Here, I'll put that in context. While I was working on, or in reference to the Halloween party, Blark. No? Something you're spending way too much time on is very important. After you complete it, you feel like you've wasted your time. Blark.
So it's like important at the time, and then when you're done and look back, it's just trivial. Right?
Something like that.
Really?
How about doing a playfield swap on a hook? Blark. Okay, at any rate, you weren't very entertained by that.
No, I don't get it. I would say something else.
Shiznit.
Yeah, I would say something else. Yeah.
Okay, definition number 2. Amalgamation, well, I don't even know what that means, of the words bleak and dark, insinuating something so horrendous it is beyond description of the above words individually, so they are used collectively. If you are really, really broke, my finances are pretty blark at the minute. Okay, well, I don't see how either of those two things applied to what she said, but all right, I can identify with being really, really broke. Number 3, the most common noise emitted by a whale, especially a female whale.
Really?
Yeah, I don't see how that applies.
Well, you know, you'd have to ask her, because
yeah,
maybe there's another.
Well, you know, if I asked her to define it, she would just say something else I didn't understand.
Oh, well, then that's not.
An expression of shittiness. This blark's up the ass.
Maybe that's what she meant.
No, she would love for me to have the cast of Doctor Who come to a party.
Oh, well then forget that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You got me.
A mix of black and dark. I can't find my bike outside because it's pitch blark out there. I don't know. A sound made to express frustration, anger, randomness, pride, joy, or any other appropriate emotion. You blark. Let's go blark. A blarking good time. Blark, that was my last tomato. I don't know. Maybe that was it.
Okay.
A synonym to what? When it would be used with an exclamation point and a question mark.
I'm never going to use that word.
Okay, well that's our
because that That requires too much thought.
That's our review of Blark.
To understand where you are on.
Melanie, if you watch this video, you can fill us in.
Does she do that a lot?
No. I'm about to tackle my first swap on your favorite game, Hook. Blark. Blark NP.
I can say Data East is hard. All of them that you want to do that with are hard. Basically because the way they're made is difficult, and problems that are generally left in all of them you find when you take it apart.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
And parts support for the Data East games is bad.
Yeah, so all that combined makes it very hard to field swap. Yeah.
Oh boy, checkpoint. At any rate, Hugh Jordan says, Silver Ball Mania and Space Invaders had 4 dead bumpers each. Dead bumpers.
Dead bumpers. Oh, okay.
Silver Ball Mania, Space Invaders, 4 each.
Yeah, you know what? You don't see either of them games, so I don't really remember.
Yeah, you know, I thought there was a lot of Space Invaders floating around, but yet you're right. Don't see them that often.
No.
Beautiful game. That's another haunted house. I suspect it's not good to play. I just suspect. I don't know for sure, but it is a pretty game. It's nice to look at.
Now, I can only base my opinion of those 2 titles by what Joe Wager had at Gameroom Warehouse. He had much large inventory over the years, and he would only get them once in a while.
Well, the Silver Ball Mania, that's just a basic, almost a changeover machine. It's got almost no features at all, right? It's just a plain pen.
Right. The Space Invaders was neat because it was sort of like Xenon with that dual glass thing.
Yeah, yeah. And it was big wide body.
That's what made it unpopular, maybe, because you had the 2 glasses and the back box hinged instead of... It was a difficult machine to work on, so I don't think a lot of people wanted to restore it because there was just so much extra stuff with the chase lights and the way the back box was, and you got 2 back glasses instead of 1. It just was a clumsy... I think it was a wide body, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
So it just had, I don't know.
So, but it had 4 dead bumpers. So says Hugh. Thanks, Hugh. That's pretty cool. Okay, you ready for this? This is in reference to what we're doing right now.
Traveling.
No. John Solitude says, I do appreciate the effort of putting up videos to bring pin tech more to a general public. But honestly, these videos would be like double better if you edit out the chatter or simply come to the point. Why do we have to see the dog in the beginning? Why do we have to hear that your camera is full? Just come to the point. Well, I don't know, Ray. Here, I'll read somebody else. Somebody else responded on our behalf, and then I'll say what I got to say, and you can say whatever you want to say. Our good friend PBR jumped to our defense. I don't mind the chatter or the random talking. I enjoy hearing about when things don't go according to plan on that one service call. I don't even know what that was about. And I like that they all seem relaxed and unscripted. I think it's great that a business can throw out a script and just be real with their audience. Smiley face.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. There's a few sides to this coin, Ray. Yeah, you know, we're putting out these tech tips, and they're supposed to be technically helpful, and there's supposed to be a point to them and all that other stuff. Yeah. But part 2 is, and I think that maybe a slight majority or maybe a major majority of our viewers are really tuned in for, I don't know, the drama, and you know, like Kevin said, he wanted to hang out with us. It's a hangout type of thing, and me putting your dog barking at that. Your dog barking is the intro section of the third part of the last tech tips we did. And you know, it's character development. You know, people want to meet your dog, Ray, and maybe they want to see your race car or your torque flight transmission and hear you yap about that, or they want to know what's going on with Melanie or Jim in the tournament, or you know, all that stuff. You know, we run this thing. We are a team, and we run it like a family. And
you'll never please all the people all the time.
No, that's the truth. You know, you do.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, you know, when it comes to busting on TNT, you know, we get 10% of our subscribers say, "What are you doing? I hate that," and then 70% of our subscribers tune in just for that, and they laugh and they leave messages talking about how great it is. So you're right. You can't cater to everybody, and you know, when we do this, I don't know who we're catering to, Ray. We're just doing our thing, and if you want to be part of our family, we appreciate you doing that. And you know, that's what you're tuning in for, to see what we're up to, and you know, the underlying thing is who we are and why we do what we're doing and how we manage to do it. And Ray, I got to tell you, I don't think you could do what you do without your dog. Am I right or am I wrong? Yeah. So there's that. That's why the dog is there, because you know, Kevin was hanging out with us, and he wanted to meet the dog. You know.
Shadow dog.
Yeah.
Good dog.
Oh yeah, dog's name's Shadow. She doesn't like trucks.
No, I don't like trucks. Yeah, pets are fun. A lot of work, but they're fun.
Ray, do you stock pet supplies on this truck?
Yes, I do. I have a selection of different types of snacks and bones for dogs.
That's nice.
You need a lot of pets. People are serious with their pets.
What's the biggest dog you've met in your service travels?
I think the name was Dino. It was a English Mastiff. It weighed around 190. That's what the owner said. This is not Bill Lindley's dog? No, it was way bigger.
Bill had a big dog. That thing was big.
Yeah, he had a, what was that thing? It was a Doberman. It was a King Doberman, which was a different breed of Doberman. I think they bred Doberman and Great Dane, and they got a King Doberman.
That dog was huge.
Yeah, it was.
I think it's passed away recently, hasn't it? Yeah.
You seen
nice
it,
dog.
didn't you?
Yeah, nice dog.
Yeah, it was like a big Doberman. I mean, they're not usually big dogs, but that thing was. There was a kennel near us, Springton Kennels, that used to breed them.
Okay. Oh, we got a message from Kevin. He says, "Hey, I'm over here, guys." Yes, on the playfield swap, please. This was a cool video. Great to see Ray's home stash. Well, that's kind of the opposite of what. At any rate, I want 200 more. Oh God, we're not going to make it, Ray. 200 more videos. Tech tips number 220. You're going to be in a wheelchair. You're at the old folks' home. Yeah, I'll mail it in from Brazil. Okay, there. I'm responding to all these things.
Brazil.
Yeah, boy. What is all this? Paul C. I'd love to hear your thoughts on LEDs. Well, I think we've actually done that, Ray. We love them. LEDs, love them.
Yeah, I like the general thought about LEDs, but I don't know. I'm finding limitations to them now that we're using a lot of them. Yeah, one of them is a ghosting thing.
Yeah, well, you know.
I don't know why they can just not make one that just works. I don't care if I have to buy different ones. Just one LED. But today's technology, they should be able to just make an LED look, boom, put it in.
Well, they do that. Those are the premium non-ghosting ones.
Yeah, well, what's the difference between the two, and why wouldn't the cheap ones do the same thing? I don't understand.
I don't know, but I guess we're going to have to make that change over.
Some machines do it, some don't. Haven't figured out why the machines that do it don't. It looks like the 95 WPC games don't tend to do it, whereas the early WPC games like Adams will do it a lot.
Well, you know, I was arguing till I was blue in the face that The only reason that they ghost is that there's a failing diode somewhere or something they were short.
I don't think. No,
but
it's the design of the circuitry.
I think we finally have. I'm finally going to have to drop that conversation because that Adams on our floor is ghosting all over the place.
So it's part diode problem, maybe in some cases, and then now this other one, I don't know what it is. We haven't found out.
So
I don't know. I know why it's happening, but I don't know what's
causing it. Yeah,
I know it's being partially lit because diodes will light very easily with voltage. They don't need much to trigger on, whereas an incandescent has a large clamp to it where it won't even start to light till you apply almost half the voltage it needs to light, you know, maximum. Like say the number 47 lamp is a 7-volt lamp, AC or DC. You need at least 2 to 3 volts to even make it so you can see it start, because it needs that power to light the tungsten to start to get it glow. Whereas an LED, 1 volt and that thing's on.
Yeah.
So I know why they're doing that. I didn't measure what it is yet, that it's the bleed. I should measure it, I guess. But
well, maybe if we have time, we'll try to figure out what's the cause there. Okay, well, he goes on, replace all at once or as needed. Do it during your shop job, replace them all. How do you choose colors? Ray, how do you choose colors?
That's a preference thing. I mean, I do tend to agree with you about the yellow's not needed. Cool white will do what yellow does, or warm.
Warm for yellow.
But the rest of the colors you can go safe with to enhance it, like green, blue, red, you know. But the yellow thing, and then of course now they've come out with purple, which is neat.
Yeah.
Pink.
Cyan.
Cyan. So you can match those tones and then the other base colors with your lenses and.
Yeah. Generally speaking, you use the color that matches the insert. Warm whites for yellows and oranges, by the way. Yellow and orange. Don't bother getting yellow and orange. Use warm white. Frosted for GI. Generally, most of the time, cool. If you think it's too bright, warm. I guess that's about all there is to them, right?
Yeah, the flashers.
Yeah, still trying to figure out how we feel about the flashers.
They are way bright, especially those new ones that are coming out. And the other ones that aren't way bright aren't
bright enough.
Converting from incandescents.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out how we feel about the flasher LEDs.
Because they're not used that often. It's a neat light show in some games. I don't know, it's a matter of taste, personal taste.
Drop that in the tech tip suggestion box. Well, we just covered it, Paulie. So maybe we'll follow up on that as we figure out any new updates to it. Are we there yet?
I'll tell you how far we are.
I went through all my notes and all I have to say is blark.
Well, we are in Concordville. Next town over is Wawasset, Mike.
There's a girl and a dog, and she's looking at me and saying stuff and smiling. You want to see the cute dog? Where's the cute dog? Hi, puppy doggy. Feed the doggy. Hello, over there, doggy.
It's calculating.
Yeah, okay.
It is a neat little dog.
Drive 0.1 miles.
We should be there in 20 minutes.
Okay, we're there in 20 minutes. That's the end of this 80-minute long intro. We'll resume when we figure out what we're shooting today.